lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Berlin this channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into
So
this
lovely. So I
video.
came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where this Palestinian woman who is actually from Iraq, took to her platform to talk about how, she has benefit living in the US for like 6 years, and all of the things that black people have been talking about not having privilege and all of that was something like a force. And I was like, wow. And there's a lot of people who's stitching her video, and I was able to put up this stitch. I'm just gonna roll it as well as some of the stitches I was able to put together. Let's dive into it.
I think you missed the whole point of what she was talking about, and you focus solely on just the race aspect. She's talking about Americans, and then you go off to say, like, if you don't live in America, you don't know the lived experience. Okay, I'm Pe.Ple. I came to America 6 years ago, and with my time being in America, I've been affected both by Republican and Democratic policies. So, Jordy, I just want to tell you that you're very privileged to say all these things. While we both live in America, we have both different lived experiences. While you're an American citizen, I'm not, and I've suffered a lot through the administration, through the Republican administration, and the Democratic administration. And this is all thanks to the leaders that you elect and the way that you guys don't even look at the policies that they enact. You guys don't even understand that Biden actually took that policy that Trump put in and continued it. Now the talking point is back again to Trump. Oh, he's going to be a dictator. He's going to be a dictator. While not even understanding that both parties are dictators. And if you want to speak about the black community here in America, please learn about the deadly exchange program. This is the same program that is killing innocent black and brown people here in America. And more because you are all complicit. I don't know what to tell you. If that offends you, please see the bigger picture, Jordy.
Okay, I'm going to try and tell this story as quickly as possible. So, number one, there was this creator by the name of Rosal who put out a video where she's screaming and hollering and crying into the camera. And she's telling us just how sick she is of African Americans who are calling out pro-Palestinians for their anti-blackness right now on this app. She's really sick of us not understanding that we are all America. We are part of America, even if we see ourselves as a minority within the United States that has a different claim on how we live here than other Americans. She doesn't see it. She doesn't care about it. She's tired of hearing about it. We are all complicit. She saw people that look like us, including African Americans, wearing the American uniform and doing bad things to people in other parts of the world. Okay, so then Jordy enters the chat. He's the one who makes the second video, and he starts with empathy. He says, I am so sorry that you are hurting, and I just want you to know that it could really come off as very insulting, the way that you are talking to us, like saying things that we're so whack, we're so stupid, she's sick and tired of us and all that. He just basically says that can come off as really dismissive of our own struggle that we are fighting with. And our own struggle includes things like the fact that within 20 years, we're estimated to have a net worth of 0 as a people in the United States. So we are actually racing towards re-enslaving ourselves in the United States. And that's because of policies. So then this young lady enters the chat. She's in the country right now. She's in the United States. And she says, well, you can't talk to me like I'm not in the United States and I don't understand because I've been here for 6 years. And in those 6 years, she's been getting a free education from the United States because of our policies. Now, that policy is predicated on the fact that she's Iraqi, and in her country, the United States did bad things. And as kind of a payoff, they are giving them education for free in a country where African Americans are walking around with a disproportionate amount of college loan debt, which is actually impacting our wealth and our ability to have the standing in the country that we've been fighting for forever. The real kind of thing that rubbed me the wrong way about her approach and her attack is she had the same thing that I'm getting used to hearing now. It is the white adjacent pro-Palestinian anti-black voice. And in this voice, they talk from up here at you, down at you, and they look down their nose to tell you how uneducated you are, how ignorant. She starts by saying, Jordy, you missed the whole point. Well, you got to be pretty stupid to miss the whole point of a video that he just made a response to, showing his level of intelligence that he didn't miss the point. But anyways, she goes on to say, you vote for people that you don't even know what their policies are. You vote for people and you don't even read the policies that they have. And oh, by the way, if it's so much about blackness, why don't you look into these programs that I know about that you don't know about that are actually harming black people more than anyone else? So this is so tiring. because we had a whole ass thing called the Black Lives Matter movement that raised awareness among all communities globally, not just in the United States, to come here and pretend, number one, like we're not special, we don't have any additional claim on our standing within the United States that makes us different than the other Americans. You would have had to be pretty stupid to not pay attention to the last 8 years or so of our global organizing and our movement that even came to Palestine, right? So you're missing the boat if you think, well, all Americans are the same, you're just all complicit and whatnot. You missed this whole thing called the Black Lives Matter movement, and I don't know how you did that. It actually would take talent to have missed that, because it was global and it was all around the world, and it was coalitional. It was not screaming at each other on TikTok. I just want to make one point, and that is, in the last year, Americans have learned the most that they have ever known about the relationship between Palestine and Israel. And that is because this platform has served an educational purpose. It has educated, quickly, rapidly educated, the largest number of people on a really important issue than I've ever seen in my lifetime. That and some of the reporting in legacy media have done a really good job, no matter where you stand on the issue, of making sure that your world fund of information about it is much bigger than it's ever been. And because of that, there has been an incredible amount of empathy that quickly has developed for Palestine that we have not seen, I think, in my lifetime, and I'm old enough to say that's a long time. The level of empathy and understanding and advocacy and activism is huge, and it's so much of a problem with this particular platform that they want to outlaw TikTok. That's how good the education actually worked. So when I think about that, it would be a shame to start putting educational content into the world that decreases empathy and actually increases antipathy. And that's what I think you don't understand. That's what you are doing, and Rassal is doing, and Maya is doing, and keep going down the list of the number of you white adjacent, pro-Palestinian, anti-black people. This is what you are doing. You are reversing the education. You are decreasing empathy and increasing antipathy or apathy. And I'll end with this. Black people, now I'm just talking to you. When you hear these people and you hear their voices, what you should hear is the ring of what we have heard in every group that has ever colonized us, sold us and bought us and enslaved us and did bad things to us. You've heard this voice before. The voice that tells us that we are stupid, that we don't understand, that we're an inferior status people, that we just don't get the most important things in life. We should recognize that voice. And then when we're talking to white adjacent, anti-black, pro-Palestinian folks, what we should remind them of is the Arab world actually did all that shit to us too. And there's this place called Africa where the Arab world did all kinds of crazy shit to us, and still are, by the way. As a matter of fact, there's still an African slave trade that is Arab driven right now. And if we talk about places like Sudan or whatever, man, maybe we should become as educated about who is actually doing us in Sudan. See, we are not a domestic people. We are a global people. And in every world, the Arab world, the Asian world, and the European world, anti-blackness is rife to the point where it has marginalized us to the bottom. We're in the bottom of the Arab world, we're in the bottom of the Israeli world, we're in the bottom of the European world, and we're in the bottom of the Asian world. So we have a collective interest in listening out for this voice that she's using, that all of these people are using, and making sure that we remember to educate ourselves on ourselves first. Right? It's one thing I love Jordy. I love the fact that he started this with empathy, and you see how his empathy was treated, how it was handled. It was handled by yet another person coming to tell him how dumb he is. And that is because it is part of their culture to hate black people. And that is something maybe we should just become a little bit more educated about.
The discord being sown on this app is giving major CIA inside job vibes. There's nothing more threatening to empire than black, brown, Jewish, trans, all the things, solidarity. Building coalition is our only path toward collective liberation. There's a lot of work ahead. Please don't get distracted.
Right. There is a lot of work ahead. I think the first thing we should do is call out anti-blackness.
The discord being sown on this app is giving major CIA inside job vibes.
The CIA wouldn't have anything to psyops with if it wasn't there. Okay, it's the anti-blackness that's there, that's not being addressed, that's not being handled, deconstructed, dismantled, is there. So the CIA has something to utilize, the psyops. And it's not up to black people to address that. It's up to y'all. And calling out the CIA without addressing your community, giving them something to psyops with, is literally counterproductive. Because if we're supposed to be fighting a common enemy, right, that's harming people, and there's people in your faction punching black people, how can we fight effectively? The anti-blackness is harming us. So how can we fight against this common enemy if the same time I'm punching, you punching, but you punching me in my arm? Can my arm work effectively to punch the enemy? No. So if you want to effectively fight, you're going to have to convince the people in your camp to stop punching black people with the anti-blackness, okay? That's how that works. And then when you address that shit, the CIA don't got nothing to psyops with. And this whole transactional shit, people keep talking about, oh, it's not transactional, it's not transactional. Asking somebody to stop hitting you with shit, stop doing something harmful to you, is not a transaction, okay? Saying, hey, I can't fight effectively if you throw anti-blackness at me. If you hit me, I can't fight. I can't fully fight. If there's people in your faction that's hitting me, you need to gather the people that are hitting so that we can effectively fight. It's simple as that. It's not a transaction to say, hey, stop striking me with anti-blackness. I need to fight effectively. If you want me to fight effectively, unless you don't want to, what do you want? You want to gain your liberation while you're still stepping on black people. It's not going to work. Gather the people in your camp that has anti-blackness, and then we can fight effectively. And the CIA will have nothing to eat to psyops anything.
I seriously love this. This whole thing is just, getting, more serious each and every person day. It all just started because a Palestinian woman, decided to come out and talk about how, all of the American people are the problems of, Palestine. She even went ahead to talk about how they are colonizers, not even minding that the same people you are calling these are also, fighting for your own good cause. They are not even, like, they are also oppressed, but even in their own oppression, they find it, they look for a way to actually still support you guys. But the thing is that most of these, pro-Palestinian people, or because some group of black people decided that, okay, for the very first time they think that they are going to do something that will actually benefit them one way or the other, like the way it is, the way I've been explaining it. When you have two evils, you have to look for the lesser evil one to maybe go for, and all of that. This actually got a lot of Palestinian people to take to their platform, not even minding anything that black people or black creators have to say about it. Even if it's going to benefit them in one way or the other, they don't care about it. So it has great room for so many Palestinian people to come out and show their anti-blackness, even if they've been trying to they've been trying to hide it for a very long time. And someone actually staged a video which I was trying to think about it, a lot of which talked about they are not actually angry about the JNOC that is happening. They are angry with the fact that it is happening with them. It's not supposed to happen with them. It's supposed to happen to black people and all of that. But the thing is that these black people are the ones that have been trying to help one way or the other.
Do
you
all
guys
of
keep
this,
on
stuff,
trying to make it
fully well
difficult for them.
that
And now this lady,
there will
first
be a
last teacher video,
consequences.
who claimed
They'll
that
just
she
go
has
ahead
not
and
claimed
do it
she said
anyway.
that she has been in the
Thinking that maybe
US for
with
about 6 years
the
or
level at
so,
which they
and she
are,
she
people will not
understands the
even come for
policies,
them,
she understands everything
how
about
their
it, she
people,
understands the reason why black people or black Americans
then-
are having it difficult to actually live in in the US. She even went ahead to talk about how she actually have free educations and all of that, and she went ahead to talk about how black people also have privilege, but it's just that they don't like mention. Oh my goodness, you are someone who probably came to somewhere receiving free education, or because of maybe something that actually happened to you guys, and all of a sudden you find your way living there, schooling there, free of charge and all of that. And the people that have been living there all their life, they even forced the course that made it possible for you to actually ascertain such such opportunity. They have been telling you what they've been going through, what it means to be there, why they actually want to think that they can vote for this person or this other person. They are the ones wearing the shoes, they know where the shoe bites them, and you are here telling them what or whatnot, or calling them or trying to make them feel as if they are not educated or they don't understand the system. Like, how could you understand the system more than the people that is living there? Like, I don't get it. Like, this whole pro-Palestinian thing has just been going all over social media, and most of them showing themselves, a lot of people even using the n-words and like, I don't get it. As if they've been looking for a way, to actually comfort black people, especially black women. Like, I don't get it. I don't get this whole thing that you know more better compared to, the people that is wearing the shoe, that know exactly what they're talking about. You guys talked about how coming together to fight a common enemy, but you, like, the anti-blackness is just one is just destroying the whole thing. You claim that you have a particular enemy and all of that, instead of you to, like, try as much as you can to see reasons and all of that. But I don't know, like, this whole thing is just getting more seriously each and every person did, and I keep on asking myself, like, to what end? Anyway, love this. When I saw this, I was like, okay, let me just put it up here for us to actually still educate ourselves as usual. Why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please share this video, subscribe if you've done that already, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, share this video, leave a thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload